Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the Friday night chop session with Stormybman for this Friday, February 6th, 2026. This is number 215 in the series of chop sessions. As we come into this weekend, we've got another light weekend of boxing. The main card of focus for this weekend will be Ball versus Figueroa. Yeah, this fight is taking place over in the UK, and we will get a chance to see two gentlemen doing their thing over there, as the fight will be contested for Nick Ball's world title. You know, it's interesting when you see guys come up in the sport of boxing and they go from being pretty much someone you don't know to someone familiar to someone well known. Yeah. And we can kind of say that when it comes to Nick Ball, because he's been in a position where it has happened that way for him in his career. Ball is coming along, and it's looking like he's going to be a guy to be reckoned with in that division. But I'll tell you something. Figueroa can change things. All he has to do is be a motivated soul. But will he? It remains to be seen. So we have to consider it. We have to consider it. So welcome, everybody. Hope you've had a good work week. If you work Monday through Friday, if you happen to be one of those sorts where your off days happen during the week, then I hope that the divide for your week has been wonderful, if not pleasant, because we got a lot to talk about. What I notice is with the changing in the scheduling of boxing, we're seeing so much boxing now, you can pretty much pick and choose what you want to see. This Ball versus Figueroa happens to be for the featherweight title. I believe that the featherweight division is one of the stronger divisions in boxing. A lot of talent there. But this is the thing, they don't get the focus that they should get. But that may be changing very soon, because now that Zuffa Boxing has come into the arena, you're going to see more fights. That's right, more fights on the horizon. For the real boxing fan, that's a pleasant surprise. And that's also news worth the while, huh? Yeah. Let me take a quick moment out and do a little bit of a roll call. We got a few people out there with us. I want to say salute to Columbia, who has put the links for the channel in the chat. Thank you so much, Columbia, for helping out with that. There are links for the channels, and there's links for the merchandise. And please, if you are interested in some of the Stormybman merchandise, click on the links. You will find there's so much to be offered to you. And for those who are going to the A Weapons site, all you have to do is punch in Stormybman, huh? And you can get directed right there to even more merchandise produced and created by our brother A Weapons. Yeah. I hope that you all have also had a chance to tune in to some of the premieres that I produced this week, because I took a different path with my premieres this week. I didn't necessarily focus on the fighters or fights that are coming up this weekend and the upcoming weeks, but I chose to give you a little bit of news and reviews with my premieres this week. I didn't do any last week. Took a little bit of a break from that, which is good to do from time to time. But I'm always churning out information and content for you guys. We got Ravens Nation in the building. Adrian Viet is back with us. Universal Truth. Hey, Universal, I wanted to say I apologize for missing your PayPal donation from the 3rd, but I was just going over things prior to going live tonight, and I wanted to acknowledge your PayPal donation to the channel from February 3rd. Thank you so much. You know, you guys have to remember, for PayPal, if you do the donation while I'm live, you have to just write in the chat, PayPal Sensei, so I can read it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I don't see all of the chats. And if I happen to miss it and we're still cooking within the show, you can put it in there a couple of times. I won't be offended by that. But just know, if I didn't see it, there's a good chance it's because I'm cooking, or I'm referring to something else, or I'm looking at how I'm producing the show. So just to explain myself a little bit there, and to once again thank you for your donation. Yeah. Man, it's something else, you know, and when I realize how YouTube attacks me, because I am a member of the LDBC, they do little things, but you know what? It doesn't stop me from wanting to produce the content that I produce. Chilltown is out there. What's good with you? Mr. Shelton is in the building. Intelligent Savage is here this evening. Where you been? You ain't been around in a minute, huh? Your attendance is poor, so you working on that F+, huh? And don't give me no excuse, oh, I've been working, Stormy, and all that. You supposed to work, huh? That's how you pay your bills. Unless you're going to get out there and show some leg and thigh on that corner, huh? We ain't doing that. So just come on in, slide there, get to the back of the class, huh? And I'll mark you down as present, huh? Yeah. Del Riv is in the building this evening as well. What's happening with you? Salute. Yeah, some of you may or may not have caught my early morning live on the move. Shout out to Junior the Truth. Yeah, reviewing my appearance on Drew Titan's channel last evening, the Painful Excellence podcast. I posted a link on my community page, the post page, and I also referred people to go to Drew's channel to check out that show from last night, because though I was participating in the chat and listening to, I was invited to join, as he had the brothers Tay Jones and the champ Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder in the studio, and we all had a chance to cook. I had a chance to really speak to the champ for the first time, and we're looking forward to his upcoming challenge, where he takes on Derek War Chisora at the O2 Arena in the UK. Yeah, that'll be Saturday, Easter weekend, April 4th. Yeah. You know, the Bronze Bomber, man, he's been in the news because he's been out there and They still messing with our brother. But he's ready. He's ready, and he's getting ready for Chisora. I don't know why they want to stir the hornet's nest, huh? But it's okay, because he has said that he is dedicated to coming back. Because not only does he want to become a 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, but he is looking forward to a challenge from someone who will make him feel an edge. And so as he began to do his promotion for the fight with Chisora this weekend, he's making the rounds with Chisora as they prepare for their April showdown. Deontay appeared on Talk Sports Boxing. And Simon Jordan, Spencer Oliver, and those sorts over there decided that they wanted to poke and probe him about Tyson Fury when he's clearly stated he didn't want to speak about Tyson Fury. Simon Jordan tells Wilder, well, you're going to talk about it, which was immediately disrespectful, because I haven't heard Simon Jordan talk to his studio guests like that. However, he has been disrespectful to guests. In fact, he and Eddie Hearn don't get along, but that's a whole different thing. But how he was speaking with the champ and how he was condescending and being very rude. For some reason, I guess he thought Champ would just sit there and take that, you know. And much to his surprise, Deontay not only stood his place, but put Jordan in his place. As he should have. You have to teach people how to treat you, huh? And sometimes when they're rude, you may even have to go upside their head. Now, some people will be like, oh, that's not right. Who says? Who says? If you got to teach them how to treat you, they can't call the method of how the lesson is divvied out, right? Amen. It is what it is. How many of you had a chance to witness that? I found it to be quite, it wasn't entertaining, it was maddening. It made me upset. Yeah, these people. The guy waited all this time for Wilder to come on the show so he could be disrespectful to him. And he used Fury as the needle. The guy doesn't like Fury himself, but at the same time, he knew that would be a sore point for Wilder, because Wilder expressed to him he had no intention of talking about Tyson Fury. So we ended up with another, I guess you can call it a viral moment. Yeah, Del Real, it was very disrespectful, brother. Very disrespectful. Didn't like that at all. Goodness. Computer's acting up. Stand by one moment, family, while I try to correct this issue I'm having with my laptop. Yeah. I'm still here. I haven't checked out or anything. I'm just trying to make some adjustments behind the scenes here. I have to end up getting a new laptop. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I gotta be able to make changes here. Royal Constrictor, what's good with you, bro? So how many of you had a chance to check us out last night on Drew's channel with the interview with the champ? How many of you were there to hear the conversation? Okay, I'm going back to the chat a little bit. I've got my situation that I was looking to clear up taken care of. And forgive me if I didn't remind, for those who are interested, we're also multi-streaming over on the Rumble app. So for those who follow me on Rumble, you can tune in to me over there as well. Lone Star Steph in the building says, be well, Stormy. Salute to the chat family this evening. Tough week for me from all angles. Just grateful to be alive. God be with you, sir. Let's get it on a Friday night. Yes, sir. Hope that things get better for you there, Lone Star Steph. Jose Diaz is in the building. He says, I agree with you 100. Columbia says he escalated it by making Wilder talk about Fury. Well, he didn't make him. Wilder made a statement that he was standing on, but the guy was prodding Wilder, that was the part that was disrespectful. How come they haven't grilled Fury on his friendship and association with that cartel leader, Kinahan? Why haven't they grilled him on that? They don't even mention that. They don't even talk about it because they're trying to sweep those aspects of things under the rug. And Wilder stood his ground on that, because when he says when he releases information, it's going to expose all of them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Columbia, he acted like he was the victim after Wilder was upset and walked off the set. But isn't that the typical way that these biased, bigoted people behave? They'll ignite and incite something and then play the victim. Huh? When something pops off. Huh? Yeah. But you heard Wilder last night say, right? They're going to need security. They're going to have to do their job, the security people, going forward, for these folks that want to try to get in his face or try to be disrespectful like that. He's not taking that anymore. Yeah. No, Jose, they weren't setting him up. They thought that they would get an opportunity to grill him, and it didn't go the way that they thought it was going to go. Now, mind you, he revealed to us last night on Drew's show that that whole time that he spent there was like an hour, but they edited it down to like 30 minutes. So imagine how much you didn't see. See, and when you do editing, you can make someone appear the villain, right? You can make that happen. He talked about that last night. Royal Constrictor says, excellent interview with Champ. It was a great opportunity for me to speak to him directly, something I have been wanting to do for a while. But I don't try to bring a lot of the personalities to my channel, because the fact that they can appear on some of our brothers' channels, that's a great thing. And when I do have someone on my channel, it is at their leisure. It's not me trying to hunt them down to, hey, can you get on Stormy's channel? Because I don't do this, I told you before, for views and clickbait and things of that nature. It's the quality of the content that I like to present to people who subscribe to me and my brand. That's just like, eventually I'm gonna have Bill Haney on here, and when I have Bill on, it's gonna be talking to him about coaching boxing. It's not gonna be about talking about Devin. Even though Devin could come up, it's like that's not the goal, because Bill has garnered a lot of experiences from that seat, and that's a seat that I can speak to him about because I have a little bit of knowledge from that vantage point. If you notice, people don't talk to him about that, and that would be exclusive. So yeah. You guys see I've added the Ring magazine belt to the studio down there on the floor. Finally got the Ring belt in there, because that's the real belt now. I may end up adding one more, the Zuffa belt, once they start having Zuffa champions. They haven't done that yet. But there's a Zuffa card coming up for March. Dana White is all set, you guys. He's ready to do the thing. It's all ready. Yep. Do something. I gotta take another quick moment. Allow me to just stand by with me, family. Stand by. Okay, we back. When I had that little glitch a moment ago, I was hoping I didn't have to reboot the laptop, but I did, so that's what I was doing. So it'll take a couple of seconds for it to re-upload over there on Rumble, but we're back. We're good. Yeah. I've learned how to do these things now. I just realize and recognize that it takes like a minute or two to get it all done, but yeah. So yeah. The Zone has bouts on right now. Looks like a mostly Latino card. Matchroom. Yeah, so for those of you that caught that yesterday on Drew's channel, you got a chance to see some good stuff. Then Tay Jones released a video a few hours after that really exposed more information on Tyson Fury during the Wilder fight. So we are operating from a position of strength with this situation with Wilder and Fury. Don't think that has come to a conclusion, because it has not. And by the time that it does come to a conclusion, there are going to be some sore asses at the end of the day. And there will be some people who thought that they may have been on the correct side of things. It's going to be shown that they have been wrong the entire time. Yeah. So I'm going to go to another subject here. This week we've seen a great deal of people talking about Shakur Stevenson. And with his victory over Teofimo Lopez, they're talking about Shakur now. All of this pound for pound talk and trying to state that, is it possible he can be like the new Floyd and all of that? I'm like, whoa. Hold your horses, man. Are you serious? Dude, he just beat Teofimo Lopez. He didn't beat Devin Haney, Tank Davis, Keyshawn. He didn't beat the top guys. Ray Mortaya. He didn't beat those guys. He beat Tio, who's been running away from everybody I named. Like he has. It's freaking ridiculous, people. Can Teofimo do better than what he did if he's not with his dad and he's with a real boxing coach and trainer? But I'm sad to say that I believe that young man is done simply because he doesn't have the mental strength and fortitude to do the things that are necessary to turn his career around. He is anchored to his dad, and they're going down to the bottom of the ocean, you guys. Now, Shakur will tell anyone who will listen that he thinks he's the best boxer in the sport. Proven against who? What is that to be measured by? This is the same kid that was crying when he lost in the Olympics. The same guy. You see, you can't fool everybody. And I am not talking down on his talents. I'm talking down on his character. Bud Crawford, the pound for pound king that just retired, passed the baton to Devin Haney. Even though Shakur was in his gym. That should tell you all you need to know. Can I get an amen on that? And that wasn't a stab or jab at Shakur. But it's an assessment by Bud, who recognizes the state of the game. Man, there are people out here that just don't know. They don't know. And if you have these foolish content creators, channels out here speaking such foolishness to the masses, you may have no choice but to repeat these horrible sentiments that they come up with. But you're doing yourself a disservice. They're doing you a disservice. You see, there are fighters out there that if Shakur really wanted to prove that he's the best fighter, he could take the matches. But he's not doing that because he's trying to put himself in positions against viable candidates that can showcase him at his best. At his best. Not the best. There's a difference there, people. And see, he may have some people fooled with that, but he doesn't have me fooled with it. And I want to say salute to the brother, BFTB, who released a video this morning talking about him ducking. Yeah. Hey JL, why are you coming over here spamming my chat? I don't know you, you don't know me. So why are you here? Why are you here? You have a moment to explain yourself before you're ousted. You might as well speak up. Well, I guess you don't have a moment to speak up now. See, if you come in talking with some sensibility, maybe you wouldn't be on the outside looking in like so many others. Yeah, but that's what I be telling you guys. You see how they all be out there watching my channel, hanging around until I drop a name or a subject, and then they might want to try to slide in. It's fine, Del Rev. I ain't mad at you. That's what you got a wrench for. Bust the head to the white meat, huh? And I'm going to tell you something. It's probably just someone with a ghost account that's already been banned or blocked from the channel. That's how that works, typically. You see, but they can't come in and say, hey, Stormy, this is so-and-so. You blocked me in the past, but this is what I want to say. See, they can't do that because that's too much like being a man, huh? That's manning up, being accountable. You blocked me in the past. We had a beef in the past, but I don't go around beefing with people. So this is how you know that is someone with an axe to grind against the LDBC. Because I'm very small potatoes, huh? According to these guys, because they don't want to subscribe. They don't want to acknowledge what I do. JL, go buy some fucking Stormybman merchandise. That's what you can do, huh? Put some money and love in my pot. That's what you can do for me. And if you don't want to do that, sayonara. Bye-bye. Yeah. Let me see something. See, I haven't done this in a long time. I hadn't done this in a long time. Subscribers mode. Subscribers mode. There used to be a way You're right about that, Jose. They're not connected. That's why we disconnect them. Huh? But we'll just keep doing our thing, though. Anyway, back to what I was saying about Shakur Stevenson. The best way for that young man to show and prove that he's really on something is to fight the other fighters that he's avoiding. Look here, not messing with my audio. We were fine for 1 hour. Now the audio's getting choppy. That has nothing to do with my stream. It has nothing to do with my internet. That's these YouTube people, because you talk about people who speak negatively against who they like. And so they come in and they start doing this kind of stuff. They'll tell you that they don't do that. They do it. For 1 hour, the show was fine. Since they messing with the audio and making it choppy, I'm just taking me some long pauses, family. Now you hear how it's clear again? You can't make this shit up. Yeah, it's all by design. I told you guys before, they do stuff like that to interrupt the stream. Therefore, maybe people will get frustrated and they'll leave. Huh? I'm actually looking at these former comments that JL made on this channel. He has been making certain remarks for a while. I don't even know how I let him live that long. Well, he done fucked up, ain't he? Yeah! See, that's what they do. They fuck up. I don't go to people's channel to troll. I show respect to the channel operators. These fools come in here, they don't even want to say salute to me, right? They just come in and be writing shit. The hell out of here. Anyway, back to Shakur. Shakur doesn't want to face top opposition, but he wants to be considered pound for pound the best. How does that work, people? How does that work? I'm going to pull something up on my other device because it's easier. You see, BF, that video he did earlier today, he mentioned a fighter that Shakur is definitely ducking. I talked about one that he's ducking a couple weeks ago in Oshaki Foster. The fighter that BF mentioned was Javier Herrera, a fighter from Cuba who happens to be 18-0 with 16 KOs. He's 23 and a southpaw. He lives in Dubai, but he's fighting out of Cuba. I've seen this young man fight a couple of times. Personally, I think he'll knock Shakur's head off. But BF mentioned him earlier today in his video, and I had been trying to remember his name because, you know, with the young fighters, I may catch them, but I don't necessarily just follow them all until something specific brings it to my attention. But I noticed when I saw him the last time he fought, I was like, okay, this kid is, yeah, interesting. Shakur don't want no parts of this young man. And more so than Brian Norman Jr. facing Devin Haney, if this kid faces Shakur, he beats the crap out of Shakur. Oshaki says he got something for Shakur too. Been calling him out for years. But if you're the so-called best fighter in boxing, why you not fighting these guys? They calling you out. You try to say, well, I only want to fight someone with names. You ain't even fighting the guys with names. Oshaki's got a name. 2-time world champion. What kind of foolishness is this with Shakur Stevenson? I'm going to run off a few names that you guys know. And Shakur ain't trying to fight none of them. And these names are starting from like number 20 going up to the number 1. That doesn't mean who I say last is number 1. But out of the top 20, these are names that Shakur could fight, but he ain't interested in getting in the ring with these people. Andy Cruz, Albert Bell, Edwin De Los Santos, Sam Noakes, Stephen Fulton, Lamont Roach, Hardier, Floyd Schofield, Abdullah Mason, Ray Morataya, and Gervonta Tank Davis. How many fighters is that I ran off? So, at least more than 5, right? So, if he's the best fighter in boxing, why he not fighting these guys? Now, that's at lightweight. Now, we know he moved up to face Tio. There you go with the choppiness again. You see? Because I'm talking about their boy. Huh? Shitty Cuz. Yeah. Now, because he's at 140 right now, I'm going to name pretty much the same amount of guys at 140 that he should be facing. Frank Martin, Gary Anton, Isaac Cruz, Albert Pueto, Sabril Matias, Zaru Abdulalev, Adam Azim, Richardson Hitchens, Keyshawn, and Dalton Smith. You see? These are fighters he should be fighting. That's a top 10, 12 that he could be getting in there with. We all knew that Tio wasn't going to fight any of those guys. See, they sell people on bull crap, man. I'm not with it, though. I'm not with that foolishness. Jonathan Simon, salute to you, bro. Yeah, Lone Star Steph, too many names. Too many. And he ain't picked out of none of those. None of them. And a couple of them he avoided already. Frank Martin and what's the kid's name? Kid Austin and Joe Cordina. He avoided those guys already. You can actually throw Oshaki in there with those. So that's 4 guys. I'd like to see him in there with Pitbull because Pitbull ain't gonna let him breathe. You understand? The way Williams Zepeda fought him, if he had the strength and power of a Pitbull, he might have got knocked down or something, but Pitbull is gonna make it rough on him in there. Yeah, you see that, Jose Diaz? You see that? That's right, Columbia. It's just a distraction. In fact, I'm going to share BL's video when you talk about your good duck. I'm sharing it to my community page right now. See, that's what we do here. We support one another. We support one another, and we show strength and resolve. I just watched a video of a cat trying to get up a wall where the other two cats were up there waiting for him. Then one of the cats at the top of the wall leaped down to where he was and then showed him how to get up there by climbing the wall himself. And so the smaller cat learned from watching him and was able to get up to the top of the wall. Amazing. Brains. Too bad some folks don't exercise that though. Jimmy Bernard, what's happening? Mark Hairston, salute. So yeah, if Shakur don't want to fight those names that I ran off, man, run his ass off of the airwaves. Don't listen to the foolishness that he spews, because it's really something that it's like a play for people, a play on your intelligence. Trill Will, what's good with you, brother? How you feeling? Yeah, they've done everything tonight, Trill Will. They messed with my audio, making it choppy and everything, trying to get my people to leave my stream because I'm talking about shitty cuz, huh? But that's why I'm just taking my time, doing my thing. He says, tired, just got in from work, seeing you were on, and y'all cooked last night. Hey, Trill Will, did you hear some of that stuff I had to share with the champ? Your thoughts on that? There wasn't no fanboy talking to him. Yeah, thanks, Trill Will. You see, but that's genuine stuff, man. Genuine, and I believe he received it well also. Yeah, that's right. True will. Their boy just gonna be a victim of circumstances. Yep. Clean up on aisle 13. Yep. That's what it's gonna be. That's all right. There's the reason we got hospitals, huh? That's it. Anthony Bolton, what's happening? We're going to talk a little bit about the fight tomorrow between Nick Ball and Brandon Figueroa. Figgy, as y'all like to call him. Listen, man. Those two guys, it should be a good fight. It's a Mutt and Jeff matchup again. Nick Ball is a little bit better than some people are giving him credit for being. But he is compromised by his height. My goodness, the dude is only 5'2". But he's 28 in the midst of a prime, especially for featherweight. Featherweight's primes usually last between 26 to 31. And Ball is a physical fighter. So with 23 fights, you know, whatever he's doing, he got to get it done now, because he takes punishment to dish out punishment. And that's not a lasting career, especially at his size. That Ray Vargas fight for the WBC at the time, he should have won that. But then he ended up getting Raymond Ford for that WBA title, and he hasn't looked back since. But Figgy has got to decide if he really wants to be the world champion or not. This is an opportunity for him, but it's not going to be easy, because they're fighting in Liverpool, in the UK, and that's pretty much Nick Ball's backyard. Figgy is 5'9", he's 29. Very much huge height and reach advantage. But will he fight smart? But it's a good fight. And they're on the right time schedule according to their last fights, because Ball last fought in August last year against Sam Goodman. He won a unanimous decision. And Figgy fought in July of last year against Joey Gonzalez, where he won a unanimous decision. So they're on that same time schedule and everything. So ring rust shouldn't be an issue. But these guys, it should be action-packed, because Figgy won't back down, and Nick Ball only knows one way to fight. Now, as far as knockouts, in 24 fights, Ball has 1 draw and 13 KOs. Now, Figgy, out of 29 fights, he's got 1 draw, 2 losses to Stephen Fulton, and 19 KOs. So it's up to the Heartbreaker, man, to do his thing. We'll see. I pulled for him, though, because I like the kid. I was very disappointed in his rematch fight against Fulton, but I like him. He was on the Strong House with Drew and I, and going into his rematch with Fulton. And he talked a good game, but he wasn't able to back it up on the night. I only hope that when he goes to the UK for this match, that he gives what he has. You know what I mean? Yep. Now, isn't it interesting? Ring Magazine has an article where Shakur earlier today responded to Ray Murataya calling him out. He says, when he was on Cigar Talk, I haven't seen the interview, he would love the Murataya fight. He would beat him so easily. Really? Make the damn fight, Shakur. Because you're the A side, right? Make the damn fight. He said, my Cubans are about to fight. Everybody have a great night. Which Cubans, Jose Diaz? Are those the guys that are on the zone? Yeah. Let them mix it up. ATL, what's good with you? I'm trying to figure out what Jose Diaz was talking about. Which Cubans are about to fight? My brother Trick Noti in the chat. What's good with you, Trick? What's happening? ATL said, I'm just cooling with my daughter. Okay. It must be these fights on the zone he's talking about. That's the only thing I could think. Man, I've had 100 and something people in here this evening, even with the issues I've had on my stream and everything. This is why I say it's like it be people out there watching me, man. They just don't support. Yeah, Del Riv, I was looking. I mean, I got my monitor on DAZN. It's in the 7th round with Mora versus Amaro. I don't know if those are the fights that Jose Diaz was talking about. But as I told you guys, there are so many boxing matches now. It's like, dude, you can OD on boxing now. It's just that busy. a lot, man. I can go to sleep to boxing now. I used to go to sleep watching my kung fu movies. I can go to sleep watching boxing matches now, especially if it's some guys that I don't know, and I'm just like watching so much of it. I'll be dozing off like, oh shit, round 3. Yeah, Mac of the South, what's good with you? You say, I just got off work to catch the live. Yeah, man, I talked about Shakur a little bit, talked about Deontay Wilder a little earlier, man. You know, Shakur need to fight somebody, man. Stop it. They trying to make it like he the next, greatest or something, beating up on T.O. Man, T.O., no. Cali Ignima, what's good with you? I see you out there. Hey, he says, what fight? Listen, man. Cali, you know what? Because boxing is in a great place right now, there are people who would like to sell you otherwise. But as long as quality matches continue to be made, it doesn't make a difference. Just bring it on. You know what I'm saying? See, that's one of the things that they'll get you by hook or crook, by trying to get you to say, well, this is the fight I've been waiting for, because that's the one they don't want to give you. You understand? You have to take the power out of their hands with that type of philosophy. That's the old way of thinking. But Zuffa and what Turkey is doing, and I'm not saying that those guys are perfect, but what I'm saying is, as long as you continue to put quality fight after quality fight after quality fight, that satiates the desire to watch good boxing. You see? ATL says, we love you, OG. Much love. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Put some love in the pot by buying you some Stormybman merchandise, man. Get you a sweater, a tee, or fitted, or something. Get you a mug. Huh? Got some great merchandise out there at the top of the chat. Columbia put all those links up there. Callie says, boxing is my mental break nowadays. Listen, the sport, when it's promoted well and, guys are mixing it up and, facing one another, it's the best sport around. It truly is. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about, Callie in chat. If you saw 2 dudes throwing down on the street and you were driving, and I mean, they throwing shots. Guy, he get hit, another guy. You'll stop and watch it, even if it's for a few seconds to a couple of minutes. You would. Look at them. They messing with my audio again. It's choppy. This is what they do, man. They've been doing it all evening. Well, they started after an hour into the show. When I started talking down on Shakur, that's when the choppiness started with my audio. Messenger 215, what's good? Not too many people showed up on the Rumble side of things this evening. I don't see Jamal Davis out there. He must be busy this evening. He's usually my loyal subject over there at Rumble. Him and EJ. Did y'all hear Canelo go on there on that ring show talking about Crawford need to give him a rematch? All these people are trying everything they can to get Crawford back in there so they can do something to him. See, Crawford, he left on his own terms, properly told Stormybman to kiss his ass on the way out. And they mad. They're so mad that they put Canelo up to challenging him to come out of retirement. It's like Canelo don't even do that. That's not even a move that Canelo makes on his own. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Whose ear are you talking about, Del Rev? No, Mac, it is Mac. They messing with my string. It's one of the ways they try to get people to leave my stream. See, these long pauses, that helps because they don't expect me to, they don't know when I'm gonna start talking again. but it's them. I see a lot of videos that need to be deleted from my queue. Yeah, I agree with that, Callie, that Boots needs a better opponent. You know, I'm going to tell you something. I don't really feel that Boots wants, I don't think he really wants what we want. And I think that's why he went over there to, I think that's why he went over there to Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. And if that is why he did do that, then stop pretending to have other intents. Yeah, I agree with that, Callie. I agree. And I don't intentionally, want to come down on Boots, but you know, he needs to do something. Man, there was so much stuff for me to delete. It's ridiculous. What the hell? I'm looking at my files, people. years. Well, the one fight that's possibly on the horizon, you guys, is like Alicia Baumgartner and Caroline Dubois. Do you guys think that that's going to be a good fight? Yep. That's a fight that I like to see. This fight that Caroline had the press conference for today against Terry Harper. That's a good fight. Man, do y'all see when Terry Harper be putting up those clips of her punching the bag and stuff in the gym? Man, she got a body. She is in shape. Man, Baumgartner showed that she don't have no chin though. Baumgartner got to that chin. Laid her out. Yeah. Callie says, I like Dubois. Alicia gasses out. Hey, man. Oh, man. Let me see. Yeah, you guys. It's rounding out the time. They've been messing with my audio, but you know, I still made it through the show without them being able to totally throw me off. But it's a shame that they want to mess with me like that. But I'm gonna get ready to head on out of here, and watch the rest of these fights, I guess, till I go to sleep. I hope you guys get a chance to enjoy the fights tomorrow. If you're looking to tune in to Nick Ball and Brandon Figueroa, I think it's going to be on roughly around 1 or 2 p.m. Central Time. Check it out. But with that being said, I'm going to get on out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came out. Some of you guys came a little late. That's cool. Stay dangerous. What's good with you? Thank you, guys. You know, share the show or share my videos or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I'm just trying to continue to put stuff out there. But shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace to everybody. Enjoy your weekend.